Okay, Chapter 4. Let's take a look at Chapter 4, which is Advanced Detail Drawing Procedures. Okay, and if you look in your book on page 4-2, they'd like us to draw this drawing. So if you'd like to follow along, draw this drawing. The dimensions are on page 4-2. Okay, so we have that drawn. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a piece of paper. Now there's two different things that we can do. Now what we're doing with the class, we're going to open, and I'm going to pick my title block in inches. I'm going to pick open. Okay, here's my title block. Now I like to go right away and pick save as, and save this as something different so it doesn't save over my title block. And I'm going to call this Chapter 4 Part 1. And pick save. So now it's called Chapter 4. You'll see down here in our drawing title, and I should make that capital so I can fix that. Alright, now we're going to go to base. Actually, before we do that, this is an A-size piece of paper, so we're going to left click once on sheet, right click, go down to edit sheet, and I'm going to make this a C size. Pick OK. Again, you'll notice it automatically scales our title block, puts it in the right place. Really nice features. And I'm going to go to base. Now again, base is going to pick whatever we were working on before. If we want to change this, we can pick open existing drawing, and I could pick whatever I wanted here. Okay. Comes up here, has our scale, putting it in at 1:1 this time. We can probably go to like 4:1. Okay, make it a nice big one and pick OK. We can move this around by just hovering until we get the red dotted line and click and hold, and we can put it over here. Okay, if I want my other views, I can go to projected. There's my top view. Here's my right side view, and I'm going to right click create, and there's my isometric view. Now if I want to change the scale of this, okay, I go to my original view that I put here. Okay, if I double click on it, you'll see I can change the view. Now if I pick the side view, for example, okay, notice that I can't change that. I actually can if I take this check mark off. But you'll see it's going to scale from whatever we put in to the base. Okay, so I mean I could go here to this view, take that check mark off, make this 3:1, but kind of silly. Okay, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go to my base drawing, double click on it, hit the down arrow, and let's see, I'll make this 3:1. Okay, now I can move these drawings along around. Notice that they will change. Okay, if I go left and right, the top view will go with this because they have to line up. If I go down, the right view will follow it. Okay, now this view was put in separately, so I could double click on here, and I can change this to 3:1 as well. Okay, if I want to list to look a little nicer, I can double click on it. Okay, go here to shaded. I can go here, this one. If I click on that, it will show the dotted lines, which is not a good thing to do on isometric. Or I could go here to my view. Okay, take off the dotted lines. Oops. Okay, take off the dotted lines. Okay, now I'm going to look at creating a section view. Okay, now if I want, I could go here, say I would rather a section view here instead of the right side view. Just highlight it till you get the red box around it, click on it once, hit the delete key, and I can delete that view. Okay, if you delete the base view, the first one you put in, it will get rid of everything else. Okay, I'm going to go up here to section, and here's what I want to section, this view here, so I'll go to this box. Now I want to know where I want to put my cutting plane line. Okay, so say I want it right down the middle. I'll just hover here till I get the midpoint, drag it up, drag it straight down, click, right click, pick continue. Okay, and now I have my section view already made for us. There are our section view lines. Okay, I can move this. Oops. I can move this. Somewhere I can move this. Okay, I can't move it because I picked this midpoint of this line to put my center, and that's where it's going to keep it. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this, pick delete. You sure you want to delete that? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm just going to put the section anywhere along here. So I'm going to just pick this view, pick a spot, right click continue. Okay, again, you'll see our section view. We can put the identifier. Since this is the second time I did it, it's putting a B there, so I can change that to an A. Okay, I can make it different styles. Okay, I can make projection, or I can align it. Okay, I'm just going to drag it over here. I'm going to click. Once I left click, it's going to put it there, and it'll make my section. Now, if I highlight this and move it, now I can move it. You can see it's going to section wherever I put that. So it'll change that wherever I'd like it. Okay, I can put it anywhere I like. Okay, I can also take this view and move it here, and notice that it'll still allow it to be there, so it's not lined up correctly. All right, so I'm just going to put it like right about maybe there. Okay, now we can also use the break command, and the break command's used if you have a long object that's the same. So say this was a lot longer and took up too much room, so I could put a break here, okay, to show that it's just a continuous piece. So I go up here to break. Again, it wants to know what view. I'll pick this view, and now it wants to know where I want to put the break. So I'll pick the first line, maybe there. Okay, and you'll see it'll put the two lines for my break. Now I can make it into a jagged line if I'd like. Okay, or I can make it into the standard view, and I'm going to put it right here. Now you'll notice that it changed and sliced this one, or cut out this one, or break this one, and broke this one as well. Okay, so I can change that. I can move it if I'd like. Okay, to put it wherever I would like it. I'm going to undo it to my first one, which was nicer, so I have here. Okay, so there is my break. The break does not have anything to do with our dimensions. Okay, if I go up here to annotate, okay, and here's my dimension, here's my dimensions based on, we'll go into more of these in detail later. But if we go and look at the dimension, for example, of this line all the way across here, that's 1.5 inches. Okay, if I go to dimension, and I pick the end point of there, and the end point there, and just drag it down, you'll see that it is 1.5 inches, and it puts the little break in my dimension line here. So that tells someone reading this that if you measure this, it's not going to be 1.5 because we have a break in there. Okay, if I undo this till I have no break, dimension it, oops, there to there, you'll notice that's still 1.5 inches. Okay, while I'm in the dimension command, I can dimension anywhere I want here. Okay, notice I can drag it so it's this direction, or drag it over this way. Okay, and there's my dimensions. All right, now also we can again change our scale, because what I'm going to do, let's go up to place views again, and I'm going to look at auxiliary view, because we have this hole here that is not in the correct location because it's on an angle. So I'm going to make an auxiliary view. I want this view. Okay, I'll get my identifier, my scale, and I want this angle here. I'm going to drag it up till it's up here somewhere. Okay, now I have this auxiliary view of this angle. Okay, now this hole is at the correct projection because it's straight off of here. Okay, now I want to change my scale a little bit because I don't have a lot of room here. So I'm going to double click on the base view, and I'm going to change this to 2:1. Okay, and it changes my scale. Now I can move stuff around so they don't back into each other or bump into each other again. Okay, now while I'm going to dimension this, I'm going to go to Annotate, and you'll see hole and thread. If I made this hole using the hole command instead of just drawing a circle and extruding it, I can go to hole and thread, click on this hole anywhere, okay, and it will automatically tell me that it is a 0.5 and it's going through. What I can also do, okay, if I I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. Okay, I'm going to highlight my view. Okay, I'm going to right click on it, and you'll see down here automated center lines. And I'm going to click on automated center lines, and it's going to ask me if I want this kind of center line for the circle or this one for a circle going straight through. So I'm going to pick the round circle. Okay. Oops. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to go to Animate, Center Lines. Okay. Round circle. Pick OK, and automatically it puts my center line on the correct location. Okay, if I go down to this one, I'm going to have a center line across here. Okay, on this angle. So if I highlight it, right click, automated center lines. Okay, this time I want that side view. Pick OK, and it automatically puts my center line in here. Really, really a nice feature. Now it'll also work here, I think. So go to Animate Center Lines. Okay, I want the round one. Pick OK. Okay, it does not pick this one, so we're okay with that. We can maybe pick this one. Yeah, we can go up here to center mark, and we can put a center mark in here. Okay, let's see. I think that does it for chapter 4. They also show us some text, so I can go here to text, for example, pick where I want the text. Okay, I'll get my dialog box here. Here I can set a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I can put my font, the text size. Okay, I can put different justifications. Okay, if not, I can just start typing here and type in maybe Camden County College. Okay, now if I'd like, I can center it there. Okay, I can change this if I want it a little bit bigger maybe. I'll highlight this. Change this to 0.25, see how that looks. Hit enter. Okay, it's a little too big, so I'm going to hit escape and double click on it. Okay, and what I can change is I could change the stretch here and change it to like 75. Let's highlight this, 75. Okay, now it fits a little bit better. Pick OK. I can move this around. Okay, I can do that for the title. I can do it for anything I want. What's also nice, if I go to text here, okay, I could put something like tolerances. Spell that right? Probably not. tolerances, and if I put, okay, I can go here to a symbol. I can pick plus or minus 0.010 and unless noted. Okay, and you'll see here on this one, I have lots of, I put that there. Okay, I have lots of different symbols that I can put here. Okay, if I made a mistake like that, just back up here. Okay, I can also, okay, use parameters. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of stuff I can do here, and if I just pick OK. Alright, so that will take care of part of chapter 4. Now, that is using our title block. Okay, if I go back up to here, and I go up here to New, and I pick ANSI Drawing, for example. Okay, now I have their title block. I go to Base. Okay, I could change the scale again if I want. Okay, I could go to Projected, make a view here, here, and here. Okay, I can put my section view here if I'd like. Okay, so either way, now what we'll be doing, since you might not be using your own computer, we'll be opening up our template file and then changing it. Okay, we could also take and put that template file so it comes up in our view here when we go to New, that it will show up here, and we'll look at that a little bit later. Alright, that is it for chapter 4.